Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, here's a new deck profile for you guys today. This is actually technically my Destiny Hero deck, although I went back, made a lot of changes, especially by adding all the new Vision Hero support from the new Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge set. I actually bought 3 boxes and pulled a lot of great stuff. I got pretty much everything I wanted, honestly. So, I'm not really missing anything. Maybe Psychic Lambda. I never pulled a single one of those, but I did get an Almirage. I got me a Boral Sword Dragon, the new Blackluster Soldier Link, and all that good stuff. So, anyway, I've been testing out like different ratios on how to properly play this deck. In fact, there's pretty much no real wrong way to play this deck at all. And honestly, making Destiny Hero Plasma a lot more playable now is really good because Vision Heroes basically help you spam out your heroes. That way, Plasma can be brought out a lot faster. But keep in mind, Plasma is not going to be your main win condition. You got lots of different win conditions because you're still going to be incorporating a lot of the Masked Hero stuff and just kind of like go from there. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you what I got. Alright, so let's start off with the Vision Hero package. Of course, you're going to be playing 3 copies of the new Vision Hero Ferris. So here's how this card works. You discard one other hero monster, so that means you can't discard itself. Special summon this card from hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can place one Vision Hero monster from your deck, except itself, in your spell and trap cards zone, and it will be treated as a continuous trap. Now, I wish it would be treated as a continuous spell. That way, you could trigger cards like Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. But who knows? Maybe we'll get a card just like that. Moving on. 2 copies of Vision Hero Increase. Now, the reason you only play this as 2 is because you want to use it for the effect of Ferris. So, while this card is in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous trap, during your main phase, you can tribute 1 hero monster, special summon this card, and then you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Vision Hero monster from your deck. So this is how you get out Travaion and just keep going from there. So this is basically your main extender. This is your starter extender. Next up, 2 copies of Vision Hero Vine. I'm actually pretty happy this came in as a secret rare. Now, unfortunately, these sleeves don't regularly show the secret rarity, but once you see it up close, you pretty much got it. But everyone already knows what this does. So this card is summoned in general. You can dump any hero monster you want to the grave, so you always go for Malicious, banish a hero, and add Polymerization. So this searches out your Polymerization cards. Alright, so now we're moving on to the Elemental Hero package. Going to be playing 3 Solid Soldier. So this is your secondary opener in case you didn't open up a Ferris. But when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 hero monster, well, level 4 or lower hero monster from your hand. And if this card is sent to the grave by a spell effect, you can target 1 hero monster except itself, special summon it in defense mode. So, good way to recycle your resources and just keep extending. Next, 2 Shadow Mist. This card is special summon, add 1 change quick play spell, so you always add mass change. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 hero monster, but keep in mind you can only use 1 of her effects per turn, so that means it's got to be one or the other, so always use it wisely. 1 Bulbaman. I am still playing Miracle Fusion, and I need a water target, so Bulbaman's a close second. And every now and then, I do actually pull off his effects, but it's not too often. Like I said, you just really need him for a Polymerization or Miracle Fusion target. 1 Stratos, of course. I mean, come on. Everyone saw this coming. And, of course, I'm really happy he's an ultra rare. Wish he would have been a secret rare, but it is what it is. As long as you got a holo rarity, should be happy. And, of course, last of our Elemental Heroes, 1 Honest Neos. Pretty standard. Alright, let's move all this. And we're moving on to the Destiny Hero package. So, first, you got to play 2 Malicious. Like I said, I think this card can come back to 3, but 2 is still just fine. 1 Dynatag. I'm bringing this card back just because, it's a good way just to inflict a little extra damage to your opponent. So, during damage calculation, when you would take battle damage, discard this card, take no damage from that battle, and if you do, each player takes 1,000 points of damage. And you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 Destiny Hero monster you control, and give it 1,000 attack points. So, pretty good power boost. 1 Celestial for, more draw power, so why not? And of course, as I mentioned, Destiny Hero Plasma. It's much more playable now since, the Vision Heroes let you spam a bunch of heroes on board, so this card is not hard to summon by any means. Alright. And now for the hand traps. I'm actually only just playing 3 in this deck because I figured I didn't really have much room for them, so just 3 Ash Blossoms, and that should be it. Alright, so now moving on to the spells. For the mandatory ones, got to play 3 E-Call, A Hero Lives, and Rhoda. Next up, 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. This helps you basically grind your deck a little bit, kind of like you would do for Isolde with the equip spells. This lets you just send your fusion materials to the grave, mainly your Destiny Hero ones. That way you can summon out your Destiny Hero fusion monsters. Playing 3 Mass Change, this is going to be your most important card. You definitely need to get Dark Law out as quickly as you can. There is a combo you can do with Absolute Zero just to basically Raigeki your opponent's board during his own turn. And as well as basically popping all spells and traps. 1 Polymerization. Miracle Fusion. And since, I have to protect myself from hand traps myself, gotta play 3 Called by the Grave. And lastly, 1 Monster Reborn. Alright, so now we're moving on to the extra deck. So extra deck is pretty fun. Playing 2 copies of Extra Hero Cross Crusader. You could run this at 3 if you want, but I think 2 is just fine. This basically revives your Destiny Hero monsters, even the fusion one too. Oh, and I forgot to mention one thing about Vision Hero Ferris. If you use Ferris' effect, you're locked into only summoning hero monsters from your extra deck. But a majority of our extra deck is heroes, so you should be fine. And Extra Hero Cross Crusader has a restriction where you can only summon hero monsters for the entirety of the turn. So just keep that in mind. 1 Wonder Driver, of course. It's alright. I mean, it helps you recycle all your fusion and polymerization cards. Extra Hero Dread Decimator goes really well with Destiny Hero Dystopia. Or not Dystopia. Yeah, Dystopia, I'm sorry. Dystopia, and just so you can pop cards on your opponent's side of the board, so not bad. 1 Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. So this is the new Blackluster Soldier Link. Really awesome card. I've been excited for this card for a while, and it's really generic too. So you can pretty much run this in almost any deck. So as long as you can make 3 monsters of different names, you got a really powerful Link 3 monster with basically it's just Envoy the beginning, just and if anything a little bit better. And as I mentioned, I did pull Boral Sword Dragon. I was really happy with that. I've been needing one of these for a while, but hey, I finally got one. And if you don't want to run Boral Sword, Avermax or Boral Low Dragon are a better option too. Or not a better option, but a cheaper option. And every now and then I might switch back to Avermax, just because Avermax, as I mentioned, is still my go-to Link 4 monster. I just wanted to try out Boral Sword at least a few times, Now for the Masked Heroes, going to be playing 2 Dark Law, 1 Enki, Dayan, and Acid. So Acid is the one that blows up all your opponent's spells and trap cards if it's summoned. So you use Mass Change on your Absolute Zero, which comes to our next card. So Mass Change this, your opponent's monsters get blown up, and Acid gets summoned. All your opponent's spells and traps gets blown up. Vision Hero Trinity, of course, for the OTK combo. And then lastly, Destiny Hero Dystopia. Make sure it's in a zone that Decimator is pointing to. That way you can pop cards, because as long as this attack points is different than its original, you can pop cards on your opponent's side of the field. So Dystopia is going to be your main Destiny Hero fusion monster at all times. Alright, so for the extra deck, it's pretty standard, playing 3 Ghost Sister. I decided to bring this back, Dino Wrestler Pankratops, just because, helps you get around Floodgates. Artifact Lancia. Another good card to use against back row heavy strategies, Twin Twisters, and Red Reboot. And that's generally it. Alright, well, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys next time.